Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Jakks Pacific DC Comics Originals Volume 1 Harley Quinn. This figure comes with a really impressive box. As you can see on the front here, we've got Volume 1 DC Comics Originals. Harley Quinn is recommended for ages 14 and up. With the fact that this is Volume 1 indicated down below, right there, Volume 1, probably means that they're going to be doing a whole slew of these figures, and they're these giant, well, you'll see in a second how they look, but first things first, we spin the box around, and you can see the Harley Quinn carried over to the side. There's some nice artwork of Harley. And then the back of the package, right there. An Arkham Asylum psychiatrist assigned to treat the Joker, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, was instead driven mad by the Clown Prince of Crime. She helped him escape confinement and became Harley Quinn. Nearly as insane as the Joker himself, Harley Quinn is a violent and unpredictable felon who will do anything to prove her love and loyalty to her beloved Joker. Actually says the Joker. Comes to us from the line of Big Figs from the folks over at Jakks Pacific. You can go to www.jakks.com. And just before we open this up and have a look at the figure, I want to show you how the packaging carries over into the inside, as there is a Velcro closure. The inside gives us some comic examples, some comic cover examples of Harley Quinn, and then you've got your figure on the other side, which, as you can see, is presented here in a black and white treatment. Jakks Pacific really did go above and beyond, giving some really cool packaging with what I hope to be a future or a potential awesome figure when we get this opened up. That being said, Spot's going to take a break and get this opened. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Jakks Pacific Harley Quinn, I should say, DC Comics Originals. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. All right, so now that we have the Big Figs Harley Quinn out of packaging, let's get a better look at the figure. Now, sadly, despite the fact that she does have partially opened hands, clearly intended for accessories, Harley doesn't come with any accessories to speak of. Black and white, or in this case, a slightly purple black and white, or gray mallet certainly would have gone a long way for this figure. Sadly, she does not come with any sort of accessories. What you're seeing, essentially, is what you get. What you get, though, is a really impressive looking Harley Quinn. Again, not quite black and white or even a grayscale. In fact, the colors are rather interesting. But before we do that, let's get a better look at her face. Her face is actually quite pretty. I have to be honest here. The face is quite nice. Now, where her collar, and you'll see also in her sleeve cuffs, are more a pearl color, Harley Quinn's face, however, is a stark white, which I think fits better. Slight contrast also can go a long way too by having this be a different color than the face, that the face doesn't look like it's drawn right then into the same color scheme as her collar. But you can see what I'm saying, though. It's not quite necessarily even a gray. In fact, the coloring is almost more a black, of course, the black one side of Harley Quinn, and then the other side is gray, but it's almost got like a purple tint to it. What's rather neat, too, is that the black as well as the gray has also a glitter effect to it, which is also appreciated. Just something a little extra oomph that they can give to the figure. The eyes are painted in quite nicely. Quality-wise, paint-wise, I don't have any issues with the way that she's been painted. Nice and clean. A nice big smile on Harley Quinn's face also goes a long way. I think the face sculpt is actually really good. As you can see, that continued color goes all the way from the top all the way down to her feet and offset, alternating themselves just like Harley Quinn's outfit. I wonder what this figure would have looked like in color. The black and white is well received, but certainly a color version of this I think would have been quite nice as well. The downside, though, unfortunately, is that you do see some of her apparent screws on the back here, all down her legs, all across her back here. It's not necessarily going to be a point of view that you're going to see from her. Ideally, you're going to be standing the figure, I'm assuming, this way. You're not going to see the back of the figure. So despite the fact that she does have visible screws, at least the screws are running from the back, not so much from the front. Posability on her is unfortunately very light, but again, for what this figure is representing, I think is fairly accurate to what one would expect. Her head, what appears to be, is on a ball joint. You can move her head slightly up and down, but not really too much, I have to admit. The little side areas of her headdress here, I thought actually was posable, but I think it's just the way that they've been pegged into place. The arms do rotate, but you have to kind of move the head slightly out of the way to rotate the arm all the way around. At least, as you can see, these here are rubbery, so when you move the arms, it does not restrict motion from moving the arm all the way around. I was actually surprised to find that she does also have rotation in her wrists, and she has articulation in the legs. A forward motion, back motion, you can get to about there, not really much, but still standard articulation on Harley Quinn. Head, shoulders, wrists, and legs. Yes, overall, from a figure standpoint, I think Harley Quinn turned out really nice. The face, I think, is the best asset to the figure. I think the face is done very nice, a nice big smile on her face. Articulation is a little limited. Spot does acknowledge the fact that some additional articulation, even like a split in the leg where you can bring the legs out, maybe some knee articulation and stuff, could have gone a long way. But overall, it's a nice looking figure. It's the kind of figure that one would expect if somebody was a Harley Quinn fan, that you would go into the room and it was one of those figures that you would see amongst the other collectibles. She almost has like a vintage look to her, which I think also adds to the appeal of the figures. And despite the fact that this is only volume 1, I'm really interested to see what Jakks Pacific has lined up for future volumes. The black and white, nice touch. Color could have gone a long way, but I do like the black and white. It's just such a different way to look at a Harley Quinn costume. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Jakks Pacific. This was the DC Comics, and this was Volume 1, Harley Quinn, The Big Fig. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.